أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. من يهدي الله فهو المهتد، ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. Today, inshallah, we are second episode in Sirat al-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Sirah al-Athar, Sayyid Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And yesterday we just talked about his grandfather, and we know his name. What's his name, by the way? Anybody remembers what's the grandfather's name?
عبد المطلب.
What is his real name?
شيبة
Alhamd. Right.
الصوت عالي شوي يعني.
جزاك الله خيرا. Okay. So anyway, Abdul Muttalib. Okay. Now he's really big, an old guy, sheikh, old guy. Okay. But
Ibrahim, no?
he's one of our, as I said before, he's one of our one of Quraysh noble people. Okay, he's a noble man, but he's becoming old. Okay, and we know the story of Bi'r Zamzam. Everybody know about the story of Bi'r Zamzam. Okay, and was it Bi'r Zamzam was there before his time or after his time?
Before his time.
Before, right? That's during Sayyidina Ibrahim, Sayyidina Ismail. Right. So he knows about the story of Bi'r Zamzam. And so Bi'r Zamzam is still existing, but actually the time, the days, the years, okay, just put too much dirt on it and dust and being hidden. Nobody knows where it is exactly lying. They don't know. Okay? So he wants to dig it out. Okay? And one time he saw in his dream a ru'ya, okay, telling him to go and dig for Bi'r Zamzam. And the ru'ya also told him where it is. Okay, so he decided to do that, and he saw that ru'ya so many times, every time. So it is really a fact. He has to do these things. Okay, so he went to Quraysh and told them that I've seen this and this, and we would like to dig for Bi'r Zamzam, okay, because it is there, and he already told them where it is. They refused. They said, no, we're not going to do that. Why? It just happened, the location he told them about it is just actually lying between two sanam, two ansabs, okay, or two wathans they worship, okay, and they don't want to really dig anything in between. All right. So anyway, those two sanams, okay, were called Asaf. One was called Asaf, and the other one was called Na'ila. Okay. That's why, no, you cannot touch, you cannot come here and do that. This is a holy place, and you know, this is more important than Bi'r Zamzam. Okay? He actually felt so bad. Okay? He was an old man. He doesn't really have support, he doesn't really have family, he doesn't really have kids too much. He's only one kid at that time. So he's not really very well supported tribe-wise. He's not really supported. Okay? So he actually, what he did, he went to Bab al-Kaaba, the door of al-Kaaba, and he raised his hand and he said, Nadr ilallah. He said, Ya Allah, okay, if you give me 10 boys, he had only one at that time, 10 boys, okay, and when they grow up and become really strong, and then I will have support and, you know, hustle, okay, I'm gonna be slaughtering one of my kids.
Sacrifice.
That's a nadr, okay? And you know, those people, although they were not really believers, but they really fulfilled their nadr. When they say something, they do it, okay? So right after he did the nadr, okay, his wife, okay, got pregnant 1 year after that, and she gave him one boy. And then every year, another boy. Every year, then he had 10 boys. Okay? So Allah is really helping him to fulfill his nether. Okay? Now he has 10 boys, strong boys, and now he has quwwah and he has support in his family. Okay? So he went afterwards and he digged the well, okay, Bi'r Zamzam. The water gush out, and Quraysh were really very happy with that. Okay. Now the question is, okay, he wants to fulfill his nether. Okay. Okay, and he said, I'm gonna slaughter one of my boys, okay, and doesn't really know which one he do that, which one he's gonna pick to slaughter him, right? So he gathered all his kids, all his sons, the 10 of them, and he told them about his nether, okay, and he said, well, I have to slaughter one of you guys, unfortunately, I have to slaughter one of you guys, but I cannot really pick up which one, you know, I love all of you, okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna do kind of like a lottery, okay, qura, okay, we're gonna, you know, do something, I will explain what is this qura at that time, okay, then we can, whatever qura comes to him, I'm gonna slaughter him, okay, so, anyway, the youngest of those 10 boys was Abdullah. He was the youngest one. Okay. And he went to do the Qur'an. Okay. And we Muslims right now, when we are really hesitant about doing something, we don't really know to do it or not to do. You want to marry a certain person, what we do? Or you want to go to a trip, or you want to do, we do Salat al-Istikhara. Doctor said yesterday, experience Salat al-Istikhara, وتستخير الله, Allah يفعل ما يريد, وهذا هو the best for you. Okay? They didn't know that in Jahiliyyah, they didn't really know anything about Istikhara. So all what they can do is they just Azlam. They have like something called al-Azlam. Al-Azlam, عبارة عن, what is the Azlam is actually like 3 sticks, okay, 3 sticks, each one is like an arrow, small one, okay, one written on it, do it, another one, don't, and the third one, never mind, repeat, okay, so they take those 3, okay, and pick up one, okay, whatever it says, okay, they do it, like for example, they want to go to a trip, okay, they do this one, they don't know what go or not, so pick up one, oh, do it, okay, so they go to the trip, if it says no, they don't do the trip, okay, so he asked his kids to write everybody his name and put it in a pot. I don't really know exactly the mechanism of doing it, and they went, and they went to the guy who's really specialized in that, في الأزلام, okay, and told him just you do that, okay. Of course, we know that al-Azlam now is forbidden, okay. Allah forbade it, okay, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in his holy book, يا أيها الذين آمنوا إنما الخمر والميسر والأنصاب والأزلام رجس من عمل الشيطان فاجتنبوه لعلكم تفلحون. Okay, but that time they used to do it. So what Allah said, and you know exactly, all you who believe, intoxicants, which is al-khamr, gambling, this is kind of gambling, qamar, and sacrificing to stones set up and divided by arrows are only an unclean work of shaitan. So avoid it, so you may become successful. Okay? When Allah say اجتنبوا, so it's haram. Haram. Don't say اجتنبوا يعني, oh yeah, try not to. No, don't. اجتنبوا is like حرمت عليكم. That's كلام الله. Okay, anyway. So they did that, okay, and the Qur'an came to me, Abdullah. Okay. Abdullah was the youngest, he was the most beloved among all his 10. He loved them so much, okay, and he was so handsome and a beautiful guy, okay, full of nur, okay, Abdullah. He said, he started crying, you know, and then people told him, okay, you can make a fidya, okay, we repeat this one and just slaughter 10 camels. So he said, okay, this is a way to get out of it. So he sacrificed 10 camels and made the Qur'an again and came Abdullah again. Okay, another 10 until he slaughtered 100 camels. Okay, that's Abdullah. So this is Iradatullah, right? Okay. Now, let's see Abdullah. Okay, none of his cases of the 10, his name is associated with Lafz Jalala, Allah. None of them is called Abdullah. Okay, we know Al Haris, Hamza, Abu Lahab, all of those things. None of them is Abdullah. It's Abdullah. This is the choice of Allah, so that He can make the father of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam noble name, Abdullah Muhammad ibn Abdullah. Okay. So this is Allah is preparing that for Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that his name or his father's name will be associated with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. Anyway, after that, he still has to do the Quran. Okay. So the people start giving him idea to go here and there and stuff like that, and next week we're gonna tell you what happened. No. What do you think? Did he slaughter him or not?
No.
Anybody says yes?
No, Muhammad.
No, of course not. Otherwise, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wouldn't be there. Anyway, so next time we're gonna tell you exactly what happened.
Before you end, Doctor, beautiful. We have to understand two things from what the doctor said today. It is not just only the story. First of all, that kind of nazar Abdul Muttalib did or made, it is not correct. It is not correct in meaning for any Muslim to say, okay, if I have 10 kids or something similar like that, I'm gonna slaughter one of them. That kind of nazar is haram. One time a man said, I have a vow, if something happened to me or I get it, I'm gonna fast and I'm gonna sit under the sun all the day. Rasulullah saw him. He said, what is wrong with this man? He's gonna die. He's under the sun, it's so hot and he's fasting. They said, Ya Rasulullah, he make a vow. Nazir. He said, Inna Allah ghaniyun anka wa an nadrik. What kind of nazir is he gonna kill yourself? Go sit down under the shade and you make kafara for that. See, what about Abdul Muttalib? He said, they can slaughter one of my sons. It's not correct, it's number one. This kind of nazir, don't make any haram, because nazir means you obligated yourself to, you have to do that. Otherwise you're gonna put haram if you did not make your nazir. But don't make something haram to say I make nazir like this. Okay. Number one. Number two, Asif and Naila, for each tribe in Arabia, they used to worship certain statue or sanam. Asif and Naila, both of them, as he's a man and Naila, she's a woman. And they wear the statues of Mecca. They used to worship them. This is special for Mecca people. That's why they refused to dig Bir Zamzam between them, because there is statues. Wathanin for Mecca. Yes. They used to worship them.
Okay.
Yeah, this number. I read a story about the Kharbanin, both of them.
I want to add something. Okay. It's haram for us now because we know what's halal and haram. But at their time, okay, that was allowed. And at that time, they were doing it. They don't know any halal or haram. They were doing. This is the only way they could tell, But now we know.
But it does not mean they used to do it. It was correct. That's why the man, according to the hadith, he was fasting, and he said, "I'm gonna sit under the sun while I'm fasting because this is my vow." So I said, "Don't harm yourself. Don't harm yourself. Go sit down under the shade." Yes. This kind of nazar is haram. It's not good. This number one. Number two, as I agreed that these people, they were really human beings, but they make zina inside the Kaaba. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make them statues. I read this about them both. People of Mecca, they used to worship this type. Naila, she's a lady, and Asif is a man. And they make zina. Allah a'lam about this. But anyway, they were statues, they used to worship them. Exactly. That's all. Yes.
So the Quran reveals, that the Rab is Allah. our Rabb is Allah. It came in the Quran.
The Rabb is Allah. Yeah.
It came into the Quran, and the Quran came with Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The previous scriptures, does it say that the Rabb was Allah? Because how did Abdul Muttalib name one of his sons, saying he's Abdullah?
He's talking about the one.
Abdullah.
How does this name came into?
Yes, of course. Allah said in the Quran, Arab people, they used to worship Allah, and they used to know that Allah is the creator of heaven and the earth. They never denied Allah, but their problem is they used to worship beside Allah to make 300 statues around the Kaaba.
To make them closer.
فالله said it even in the Quran, وَلَئِنْ سَأَلْتَهُمْ مَنْ خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ لَيَقُولُنَّ
Allah.
Allah. They used to know Allah. Yes. But instead of Allah, they used to say we have a Lat, Al-Uzza, Manat, Thalitha, Asif, Naila, and these fake statues, they used to worship them beside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why the same story happened to Sayyidina Ibrahim, people of Ad, people of Thamud, people of Sayyidina Noah. All of them, they used to be idolaters. They used to worship statues beside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Well,
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used to send them Anbiya for them, but they used to recognize Allah. They used to know Allah, but they used to sit partners with Allah. This is their problem.
They used to worship to make them closer to Allah. This is like a go-between between them and Allah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Also when
The Hindus, right?
Yeah.
They say it's one God. Then I said, why do you have so many other gods? Oh, those are attributes of gods. But we go through God through these gods. Does it
It's
make
good.
sense?
Why go to the Hajj? Go to the Sufis in Islam. Some Sufis, they consider their sheikhs aqtab. They take them to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a qutb, it's a big shirk. And some of them, they call them big qutb. They said, وَعَبُدْ رَبَّكَ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَكَ الْيَقِينَ. I get yaqeen now, I have full yaqeen. I will not pray anymore. Al-yaqeen here is not certainty. Al-yaqeen, it's death. Yes.
We went to somebody's house, right? There was this picture of this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yes.
my wife asked, oh, is that your grandfather?
So
He said, no, that's my girlfriend.
next week, you guys, be
This is only
patient.
gonna take me to Jannah.
Be patient. And next week, we'll see what is the continuation of the story. Okay. And until next week, Allahumma inni da'in fa'amin.
Yeah, Doctor, before you make dua, and alhamdulillah, the story is beautiful, and alhamdulillah, we're gonna refresh our mind about what Doctor is saying. But the main thing about the story, let's, inshallah, I wish if Doctor gonna make that next time, what can we learn from the story? This is the main thing we learn from the history of the story of Sahaba and all of that stuff. What can we learn? 1, 2, 3, 4, and I wish Doctor will make that next week. The lessons. What can we learn from the story? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the main thing about the whole entire story.
I would like the audience to participate also. I want to know what they learned from it.
I want you to examine them. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask, what did you get from it?
Exactly.
What
If somebody answers, I have to give him a chocolate or something.
No, they have to give me money first. You guys give me money
Can
first,
be,
and
yes.
I'll give you chocolate.
I like that chocolate.
Okay. Allahumma inni da'in fa'amin.
They get you married.
يا الله
اللهم لا تجعل رمضاننا هذا آخر العهد من صيامنا فإن جعلته فاجعلني مرحوما ولا تجعلني محروما اللهم تقبله منا بأحسن قبولك وتجاوزك وعفوك وصفحك وغفرانك وحقيقة رضوانك حتى تصفرنا فيه بكل خير مطلوب وجزيل عطاء موهوب وتوقينا فيه من كل مرهوب أو بلاء مجلوب أو ذنب مكسوب ربنا استودعناك رمضان فلا تجعله آخر عهدنا به اللهم أعيده علينا بالخير أعواما عديدة وأزمنة مديدة ونحن ومن نحب بأتم صحة وعافية اللهم اختم لنا رمضان بمغفرة بلا عذاب ودعاء للجميع مستجاب وجنة بلا حساب وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين
Dr. Ibrahim.